A quick little story about some B-Dog lore. This goes back to my good old cable guy days that I'm still currently in. Uh, this was about 4-ish months after I got fully trained and got set out to go out on my own to the worldwide world of cable. Shout out to the previous episodes. We're reusing the house asset. I'm not getting paid to do any of this. I need money. I'm joking. But yeah, one interesting call I had was I had to go to this lady's house because her cable box was not responding to her pressing the remote. Now, we did a little upgrading in the studio today. We look and we observe. You'll see there is a remote control on your screen now. These are our standard cable box remotes. They have one very large fatal flaw. Those buttons are a soft rubber. The entire shell is a hard plastic. The buttons, if you have long enough nails, if they're longer than, I don't know nail measurements, if they look kind of long on a dude, about that length, I guess, uh, if you press with your nail, you might shove the rubber underneath the hard shell plastic, and then the remote will spasm out. It'll just stop working. It'll go, hey, I don't think the gamer is trying to hit 7 million times. I'm just gonna stop uh, sending information until somebody lets the fuck go of me. So it is about 2 minutes into me getting into her room and noticing, oh, easy solution. Fucking fix the button. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. All of a sudden, we can perfectly watch Fox News. Uh, and just to date the episode, uh, this is 2024. This story occurred right at the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So coincidentally, it was just airing 24/7. And this lady looked at me. She was just like, yep, the writing's on the walls. The end times are coming. And I didn't, have the full capability of holding my tongue because I thought that was the one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard in my life. I'm just going, I don't think so. I mean, it's pretty major, but I don't think, the end times are coming. And she goes on about how the sound of war theater can be very closely related to the sound of the trumpeteers after the apocalypse. So she's talking about after the rapture, after all the good God followers go up to heaven for having faith in the utmost Lord above, the rest of us ne'er do wells are stuck on the ground as a holy battle is engaged between heaven and hell. Michael himself will come down and smite anything in his path. I'm not a good fan of that faith. I was raised Catholic, and I was pretty heavily into it growing up. And then I got on the internet one day, and now I know nothing. Nothing makes sense anymore. Thanks, Boomer. Uh, but there was always one thing that stuck with me, and it was good old Matthew 24:36. But about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. No man shall know the hour nor the day, only the Father shall. And to claim that you have knowledge above the omnipotent in your faith, I don't think you're truly a believer at that point. But yeah, so as we're watching Fox News and she drops a verse on me and I drop a sick ass dope rhyme on her, and the reenactment goes a little bit like this. Hold on, reoccurring gag. It's really funny, I promise. He gets obliterated by facts and logic, a la my favorite superhero, Ben Shapiro. And Fox News is talking about how the world is going to implode and explode, and then somehow this might be a good thing for, the world. There's Nazis there? What's happening? I don't know. Choose your political side now. But I finally tell the lady, you have a wonderful day, ma'am. I'm no longer gonna converse because after I quoted a Bible verse at her, she looked like I just insulted her, her entire family lineage, sacrificed her to a demon, and she's going to live in eternal damnation now. So I gladly just left. All in all, it took about 20 minutes for me to get in, diagnose the issue, get into a nice verbal spar. I possibly threw rocks at her windows. I got in my nice company vehicle and I drove away. And that wasn't the end of the story. Unfortunately, in my employment, they send out review surveys to ask how was the technician's visit? Would you recommend this service provider to somebody else? All the stuff that my pay depends on. That I conveniently just assumed that Miss Boomer Lady wouldn't know how to use her email, even though they invented it. So my mistake there, my bad. She sends in a wonderful review giving me zeros, ensuring that I don't really get any bonus that quarter, stating how she didn't like the technician spouting his religious and political beliefs at her in her home. So, this is the story about how a woman crying wolf. I just committed self defense. She hit me first. She gave me Bible PTSD. I had to do it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye bye.